Welcome to Springfield College. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. One of the things that the college does is provides a foundation for your education, and we call that foundation general education. Not only does our general education program teach you basic foundational skills such as reading and writing, it exposes you to how individuals coming from different disciplines look at those disciplines and giving you perspectives from which you can solve problems and challenges that come up in your own major and even later in life.
Yeah, our general education requirements really ask students to step outside some of their areas of focus. And we really think about this as cultivating the whole person here at Springfield College. This is about helping them learn about the world beyond what they've known and ask questions that they maybe haven't asked before.
The general education program at Springfield College, the primary goal is to engage students in inquiry, to help students value inquiry, to build literate skills, to engage in critical thinking, written and oral communication. All of these are skills and abilities that are not only useful for their future careers and in the workforce, but also to help build social responsibility among them.
And the idea is that through this program, where students acquire knowledge and skills that not only make them better professionals, but really sort of make them good citizens. I think all of our classes engage students intellectually, but it gives them a chance to explore topics from a different vantage point or a different perspective than they might get within their majors. The same is true of sort of the idea of education in spirit. So whether you're taking philosophy or religion or sociology or history or literature, you're looking at sort of human issues or human questions from different vantage points. And you can think about how those apply to your professional field of study. And
our general education curriculum allows some transportability to test out programs, to test out foundation courses for those students to then pick a major that they feel confident in and can excel in the classroom.
We try to build skills in them like effective communication, both in writing and verbally, like making an argument based upon evidence, and ultimately critical thinking is what we want our students to come away with the ability to do.
So when I teach general education classes, I recognize some of the other skills that students have gained through our other, especially foundational general education classes. For example, students take a class in computers, and so I recognize that students will have some foundational technological abilities that I can draw on in my classes so that they can work with different types of technology that they were exposed to in their general education classes.
One of the things that it does is it provides a very, very good foundation for students, whether it's teaching them about mathematics, sciences, visual arts, physical activity, social justice. There's a number of areas in which they help to really set a foundation for students. Topics on social justice allows students to think a little bit more critically about issues in the community. So when they provide recreation services for people, they'll have a better understanding of how to provide services. One example of when this was applied is in Adaptive Pride, a program that my students implemented a few weeks ago, and which they provided services for individuals in the community. It was adaptive basketball, adaptive volleyball, and other types of activities as well, where they were able to implement the things that they learned from that class.
It's especially important in courses in religion to build up what I think of as cultural competency. So we talk about this in a huge variety of areas in our general education requirements, but for religion, this is about knowing how other people interact in the world, why religion matters. We hear a lot about religion in the news and in conflicts and in our politics. So our general education requirements give students a chance to really drill down and focus on those things. I also teach in our philosophy department, our philosophy minor, and what we do in that class is really work to make sure we're asking sorts of big questions and figuring out what we're taking for granted. So that's how our general education requirements really push students and open up new ways of thinking.
Gen Ed classes are really awesome. They help you learn a lot about yourself. For me personally, philosophy was one of those classes that I had a bad attitude going in about, but once I was in there, I truly learned that this isn't bad. I really like it. It's so interesting to learn something that you thought wasn't going to be interesting.
I really feel it creates the opportunity for students to expand upon their global knowledge as they go out into the workforce and beyond Springfield College to be great leaders and servants to our world.
So I studied abroad in Australia. Study abroad offers you a different kind of learning experience, and I think it's an experience that I wish everyone got to do, because it teaches you, you know, it's one thing like going to a different school, like going to college, we all experience that almost culture shock in and of itself. But then even on a greater scale, if you can live somewhere other than where you live and learn about a different culture, it teaches you how to, you know, open your mind to different experiences, how to look into like social cues and look into like what people are trying to tell you. And it just makes you grow more.
I think the different categories in Gen Ed, whether it's social science or behavioral science or natural science, they get students thinking about the body in different ways. So I think in all those ways it creates sort of this well-rounded individual who can not only be a good professional and has all these skills now, but can really understand the world and their society in a better way.
Yeah, study abroad helped me tremendously, because half of my job is speaking with patients and really being open and listening and trying to understand and putting yourself in someone else's shoes. It kind of helped me learn how to go the extra mile for people.
I'd say the purpose of general education is really to build a foundation for the rest of your college career. But it really helps build that base and helps you adapt to the way of college life, and really gives you a good foundation as you build and work into your major classes.